What's up, guys? Ben Melican here, back for Carl's Mystery Tackle Box. As you can see, two things. It's cold outside, and the other thing, we're behind the wheel of a brand new boat, and we're gonna go out and try to catch some dang fish using these baits right here that came in my Mystery Tackle Box Pro Box. I'm excited to get this open. It's a little bit windy, so we're gonna bust into a cove that's a little bit more protected, and then I'm gonna bust that open and show you guys what is in the box that we're gonna go out and try to catch some fish. Hopefully teach you guys a couple things, and yeah, why not go catch some bass along the way. But yeah, follow along. We're gonna hopefully teach you guys something in this video. Maybe you'll learn nothing and we won't catch anything, but at least we're out fishing, we're out having fun, and I want to tell you guys some things that you're gonna be able to take home, go catch some fish. Let's do it. Alright guys, just got out on the water, tucked into this cove this morning because it is nice and out of the wind. Let's take a look at what came in our Mystery Tackle Box Pro Box and what we're going to try to catch some fish on today. And if not, at least I'll try to explain to you guys how you could catch some fish on these. Anyways, let's get to it. We got this, ooh, this is a cool looking bait, the Westin Swim. Never really seen a bait like that before. It's kind of like a glide bait that you impart the action. Oh, this will be a great winter bait right here. The Jinko jerk bait in a bone color, which is a perfect color for the offshore water we got today. We got the Bagley Flat Balsa B2, awesome flat-sided crankbait. Looks like it's a chartreuse black back. Very popular, good catching, fish catching color right there. A Big Bite Baits 5-inch battle bug in tilapia, which is like a green pumpkin, blue and purple flake. This color has been one of my all-time favorites, especially this time of season. Got the Z-Man Elastic jerk shad and smoky shad right there. Great looking bait right there. Nice fluke style bait. And then we got some hooks to go along with those 5-inch fluke hooks. This is the penetration hook size 4/0 mag trick. Kind of a different looking hook right there. That'd be kind of cool to see how that guy goes in those Z-Man fluke jerk bait type baits right there. Anyways, let's get some of these guys tied on, and I will show you guys hopefully how we're going to catch them today. So first bait we're going to throw today that I think really could come into play, because we're at a lake where there's a lot of fish up shallow. They're kind of in all stages of the spawn, pre-spawn, spawning, and post-spawn. There's a lot of males and stuff up moving around. But this soft jerk bait on this fluke hook, I actually like this fluke hook a lot. Here, let me show you why. It's actually got like a little keeper system on it, so your bait can't keep going down and getting fouled like a lot of times that happens. That's awesome. So the way I like to rig and throw this bait is, let me turn the camera here and show you guys what's back behind us. This is a perfect example of a place I like to throw it. See how there's like timber, there's grass. This is the type of stuff in these pockets where fish like to get into before they're spawning and during the spawn. And this bait and this system is absolutely deadly in the spring and summer months. That's when I throw this bait. That's pretty much the only time I throw this bait. And my favorite way to fish it is just cast it out next to a tree, next to a bed. If you see a bed up there or anything, a light spot, let it sink down for a couple seconds or even more. You can just dead stick this thing if you want to, and then just twitch it around. It's a great fish catching bait system, rigging system and everything. I rig at Texas Rig every time, and it's a great baiter on this shallow cover. And as far as tackle goes for throwing the jerk shad, there's two things you gotta do. You can throw it on spinning tackle, which I'm fine with. I'm not crazy about spinning gear. If you guys watch my videos, you probably know that. But it does help throw it because it is a weightless bait. Or you can do what I'm doing right here and throwing it on a light bait casting setup. This is a 7-to-1 gear ratio reel, only 10-pound fluorocarbon, and then like a 7-foot medium rod. And I can actually fire this thing a really, really long ways if you get the right equipment. But seriously, guys, like, just not doing as much as you think you want to with this bait is absolutely killer. You know, you get this bait that looks really awesome when you're twitching and it's super erratic. When the fish are really, really active, that works. But unfortunately, a lot of times this time of year, especially when it's cold out like it is today, the best thing to do is just let that bait sink and then twitch it a little bit or drag it. But letting it sink next to this timber is going to be the way you're going to get big bites. So this Bagley crankbait, this flat-sided square-bill crankbait, is absolutely perfect for what we got right back here, right in front of us. Basically all these trees and stumps leading into a spawning pocket. So they're going to spawn right back there. The main lake's out that way, but we got all these trees. So this is one of the two places I love to throw this bait, is anytime you get up around this timber and you can deflect it off anything. It has a really nice tight wobbling action, and it is balsa. So both of those things make it great for deflecting. Balsa baits are naturally more buoyant, so they ricochet and they shoot off left and right when they hit things. So absolutely perfect for this. And then another situation when I would throw this guy, we don't have any of it on this lake I'm fishing today, but riprap, shallow riprap with a steep drop off next to it. Absolutely killer in the spring when that water starts to warm up. And I'm not talking about getting super warm around the spot. I'm talking like the first warm up. Even, we had a bite right there. Even when the water is in the 30s and into the 40s, if you have a day with the sun out, this balsa bait can absolutely get it done. As far as what I like to throw this guy on, right here, 6:3-to-1 gear ratio reel. This is actually 12-pound line and a little bit lighter rod than I throw most of my crankbaits on. It's a 610 medium heavy moderate. Smaller rod because this bait doesn't weigh a whole lot and you want to make long casts with it. So basically just like to make a long cast, deflect this dude into whatever covers in front of me, which happens to be trees, timber in this lake. So right back behind us is an absolutely perfect place to throw this jerkbait, and that is, it's a main lake point. It's kind of like a saddle where 2 points come back together. But when it's cold like it is this morning, especially in the spring, those fish love to get on points. They love to get on high spots, and the jerkbait's a perfect way to fish for them. You can fish it nice and slow, or you can fish it more erratically. But anytime you got a cold front or the bite gets really tough, the jerkbait is absolutely killer. This Perseus jerkbait is, I mean, it comes in a really good color. It's got nice darting, erratic action. Comes with good hooks as far as tackle goes on how I like to throw this guy. 6'10" to 7 foot medium action crankbait graphite rod. I like to have some give in it, but I like to have the sensitivity of graphite. Almost always throw my jerkbaits on 12-pound fluorocarbon line. It needs to sink, that way it stays kind of level with the bait. Doesn't pull it down too much though. And then a 6:3-to-1 gear ratio reel. Absolutely perfect. You'll be ready to go catch some fish on this guy. There's one right there, right by the boat. Uh-oh, he's got me in a tree on the jerkbait. We might have to give him some line. He was right down where we just came from. I was kind of just pulling the jerkbait back behind us. I swear there's a fish on there somewhere. Where is he at? Yeah, there he is. What did you get in? He looks like a decent one too. He just stuck down there in a tree. There we go. There he came out. Got that jerkbait sideways. All right. The old Perseus jerkbait got her done. Not a giant, but I will take him today. So the last bait we're going to use today that we got in our box is probably the most interesting and the one I'm kind of most excited about throwing around a whole bunch more. It's this Westin Swim. It's just called the Swim. Not the swim bait, not the swim action, motion, anything else. It's just called the Swim. But let me get up shallow. Let me show you where I would throw this bait, or where I think I'm going to throw it a lot at home when it gets around the right time of season. And I think it's going to be a deadly bait. Let's get up there and see if we can catch one on it. So this kind of stuff right here is what I'm looking for when I'm fishing this little Westin swim bait. It's called, or not swim bait, I guess it's just called the Swim. But basically you're gonna be fishing around a lot of shallow cover, stuff that looks exactly like this. We got all sorts of laydowns, you got stumps right here, you got some grass up there. But this bait's awesome. You can fish it super erratically, or you can fish it on a straight retrieve. I like to mix it up. Hopefully you guys can see this thing in the water, but it's pretty freaking wild. It's different than I thought it would be. I thought that you'd have to impart all the action, but somehow this guy does that side to side S-waving motion. Despite not having any bill and no joint, it makes that motion on its own. And I think this bait's gonna be just super effective around the spawn time, or in the summer around grass edges and shallow spawning cover like we got in this cove right here. Oh, good one. On the old swim bait. Look at this one, guys. Giant frame up shallow here. Oh, that's a pretty good one. I'm gonna go down and get him. He's not hooked very well. Yeah, bud. Look at that. On the Westin Swim. That's a dang good fish right there. He like barely even fought. I think she's spawned out female. Came up and ate that up shallow. Absolutely. Get her back in the water. All right, on the Westin Swim. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. You know, it's been fun getting out on the water, trying these baits in my mystery tackle box, and of course catching some fish on them. Those are really nice fish. We caught that Westin Swim, and I think there's some good ones in this box. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this and learned something. You know, if you like these videos, please go subscribe to Carl's Mystery Tackle Box channel, and I'll catch you guys very, very soon. I'm out of here.